Right, let's start here. Of course, Gauteng is about to get a new premier. It follows the resignation of David Makhura and all fingers are pointing to Panyaza Lesufi. The ANC Gauteng chairperson has the backing of the president and the provincial executive committee. Let's go to eNCA reporter Pule Letshwiti-Jones, who's following developments. Let's cross to him live. Pule, of course, just a few moments ago, the leadership of the ANC in Gauteng announcing exactly how they feel about Lesufi, or rather Makhura's resignation. What did they say about his tenure?
We definitely feel as though he is the best preferred candidate to actually head the post. We understand that the ANC still needs to discuss with its structures and the alliance partners as well regarding how they will be also moving into the step of ensuring the provincial cabinet reconfiguration. Quite a lot on the plate that still has to be done by the ANC. However, they believe that they've worked tirelessly to ensure that they can make this happen and field in their preferred candidates. Maybe let's just bring in the provincial secretary, Mr. Thembikosi Mnisa. Thank you very much for joining us on eNCA. Now, quite a lot has been said during the media briefing, but most importantly is that discussion around the cabinet provincial reconfiguration. As the ANC in Gauteng, what are the talks there? What are you going to be doing next in terms of that item?
Look, in terms of the item, once the Premier is elected tomorrow, he will come and consult with the ANC officials, and then we'll go and engage the alliance, go and engage the NOPs of the ANC, and then he will then present his cabinet. And the reality is that each and every Premier, it doesn't matter. I mean, once the Premier is new, he appoints his own cabinet in consultation. So there's nobody who has some special right of being a cabinet member of the ANC. No, it's a deployment that must be respected by those who are given the deployment or when they are redeployed, and that's where we are.
What kind of caliber are you looking at? I mean, there's been quite a concern around the type of those who may be deployed into these positions. You've got a very huge task to look at in terms of service delivery in the province as well. The metros are going through a very strenuous issue of the water shedding as well. There's an energy crisis in the provincial economic hub. What are some of the things you'll be looking at there?
Definitely we will be looking at people that will be focusing on making sure that they interact and they're on the ground, because the reality is that you can't have a leadership that is aloof. Secondly, we will be looking at people who are hard workers, that are known for doing their work, that are known for really working hard. And we know all these comrades and we have interacted with them for a number of years. And we believe that we should be able to bring a fairly good and well-balanced cabinet without a doubt, but very energetic. We need a lot of energy. Economic growth is our area of focus. We need to turn the tide. The issue of energy, without a doubt, for us is our main priority, because the economy can't grow if you've got an energy crisis. It just simply cannot happen. So those are the things that we're looking at, and people that are going to work with the Premier, people that are going to respect the African National Congress as the party that would have deployed them, over and above people that are going to respect the citizens of Gauteng and put them into their hands, because you really cannot lead the people you don't love. So we're looking for leadership that is passionate about the people of this province.
You had an urgent PEC sitting yesterday. Can you give us a sense as to how are some of your comrades in the caucus feeling like when you have to bring in the issue of reshuffle, because it means some of them may not be in their posts anymore as well?
High level of discipline you will always find in the ANC Gauteng. The PEC yesterday was to accept the resignation, because you would remember the PEC, and together with Comrade David Makhura, we've been working on the transitional process, which we believe we have executed it very well, both from his side and our side as the leadership. And in terms of comrades who are deployed, I mean, it's all comrades that understand that ANC from time to time it will deploy you or redeploy you. It happens at all levels of the organization, whether it's local government, provincial government, including national government. So that's where we are. And ours is not to cause distraction, but to intensify and make sure that we tighten the leadership of the ANC in the province.
When you're in the provincial leadership and you're looking at everything from bird's eye view, we saw what happened in Johannesburg, where Dada Morero was, of course, officially elected as the mayor unopposed. The DA is challenging that in court. They're saying the due process wasn't being followed. You go to Ekurhuleni, we're getting a sense that you may be in talks with the EFF in terms of, working together in that metro. How are the talks there? Are they at an advanced stage? Will you be fielding your mayoral candidates come, council sitting of Ekurhuleni?
We don't have a big brother approach as the ANC. And anybody who does not accept the fact that we are in the coalition era, and it will take some time for us to work hard and regain our ground. But the ANC has got more seats than any other political party. It must use its seats to affirm, and those seats must work for the people that would have voted for the ANC. So anybody that questions us on who are engaging does not have respect for the voters of the ANC, and that is my view. Because those who would have voted for the ANC is because they believe in its policies and its principles. And the ANC must be able to have an impact in the lives of our people. When the ANC was dislodged in these metros, we would have seen what would have happened across the province. I mean, the service delivery became something else. It's a shame, really. And the reality is that our people voted for our ANC, and they want to see it having a change. So therefore, we will dislodge DA everywhere it is as the African National Congress.
But your numbers are declining as well. Wouldn't one think that this is the reason why you're now going into coalition as well with some of these parties?
Well, numbers are declining everywhere. I mean, the voters are not voting for every party, but we have the majority seats. It will take us to turn the corner, bring back the confidence of our people, show them that we care about them, be the organization that cares about its interest, but of course deal with the issue of the energy crisis in Gauteng. Then our numbers will go up. Don't become an inward organization that we've been for the longest of time, and that's where we are. So we'll turn the corner, and I believe if you look at, across the reception that we're getting as leadership in Gauteng is really applaudable. I mean, people are saying we're doing something right, and they are getting confidence. Of course, like I said to you, we will work with each and every party that cares for the poor, and if whatever that will happen in Ekurhuleni will happen. But for now, we're in negotiations, not with only EFF, but with many other parties.
Just to intercept there, you speak about working with other parties. During the media briefing, you said there are already parties knocking on your door. Just a few days ago, Action SA said it had divorced from working with the DA in Johannesburg. They are now open for talks with other parties. They have a Senate meeting this evening which will determine whether they work with you guys or anyone else. Have you received a call from Herman Mashaba to say that he's willing to talk with ANC?
We have not received a call from a comrade, or rather from Herman Mashaba. What we are saying to you is that anything that is for the people, we are on the side of the people. If we must have a stable government. Look, DA had 3 mayors in 1 year. It's an unstable organization with a lot of arrogance, because they believe, the excitement that they had when they started getting these municipalities or these metros without the EFF being in a formal coalition with them. They started believing that they are. This one is a boy, this one is a bus. So there was a bus-boy relationship that they wanted to execute. So from our side, we are very clear that we will work.
No, don't go.
So from our side, we are very clear. We speak with anybody, with everybody, and we make sure that we want to create a stable municipalities across. That will make sure that it focuses on service deliveries. There are no issues. If it means we speak to anybody, that's what we're going to do. And that's where we are as the African National Congress.
TK Musa, thank you very much as the Provincial Secretary of the ANC in Gauteng, just giving us an overview of some of the discussions that are being had during the ANC's Provincial Executive Committee sitting. You'd see just a few seconds ago the preferred Premier candidate, of course, Panyaza Lesufi, just passing there, apparently going to a meeting, but we'll of course be talking to him as well regarding his ambitions when being elected into that Premier position, because he says there's quite a lot that they have to look into, including the speedily turnaround strategy of implementing and prioritizing service delivery in the province.